Today, standing before you, representing the Dragon Slayer Battalion is the Fort Sill Battery, deliberately selected to serve as the remaining Avenger Battery during the battalion's reorganization of the CRAM composite. The Charlie Fort Sill Battery has proudly maintained a reputation throughout the years as having the toughest and most challenging training schedule, including conducting multiple deployments in support of OIF, OEF, OIR, and most recently supporting large-scale combat operations during an NTC rotation with the 1st Armored Division and a warfighter exercise Challenge 24-3 in support of the 1st Infantry Division at Fort Riley, Kansas. In addition to supporting the maneuver force in LSCO, Charlie Battery has remained the ready button as one of 3 active duty Avenger batteries available to CENTCOM when needed, deploying soldiers and equipment for their organic Avenger Sentinel and MANPADS missions or cross-training as CRAM operators in the EOC or LPWS, all providing life-saving intercept and early warning capability for United States forces and our partners against enemy rockets, artillery, mortar, and unmanned aerial system threats. Charlie Battery has again been called upon to answer our nation's call, deploying in the coming days to CENTCOM to counter the very real and dangerous UAS threat. Charlie Battery conducted an aggressive deployment training, including expanding their traditional Avenger gunnery program with enhanced counter-UAS and FAAD training to defeat the evolving threat, and conducted distributed operations both here in Fort Sill in a deployment readiness exercise and support to an Indo-PACOM partner Avenger live-fire exercise at Yakima, Washington this past May. Charlie Battery, 5th Battalion, 5th Air Defense Artillery, deploys to the CENTCOM area of responsibility, conducts relief in place and transfer of authority with 1st Battalion, 188th Air Defense Artillery, and validates counter unmanned aerial systems engagement procedures in support of Operation Inherent Resolve. Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Battery 5.5 Air Defense Artillery is prepared for deployment, adding another chapter in the history of the 5th Battalion, 5th Air Defense Artillery. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 5th Battalion, 5th Air Defense Artillery, Lieutenant Colonel Lee Freeberg.
Thank you very much for joining us here today to farewell and acknowledge the tremendous efforts of our soldiers during their pre-deployment training and the families who have continuously given their love and support in service to our great nation. Thank you to the outstanding team from EFCO, the 77th Army Band. It sounds amazing, and you truly made these events that much better. Thank you so much. And most importantly, the soldiers of the Dragon Slayer Battalion that put on today's ceremony, the much anticipated deployment expo later this afternoon, and the entire team effort from the entire battalion in preparing this battery for a short notice deployment. The Dragon Slayers remain an extremely busy battalion, charged with the readiness to deploy and provide life-saving intercept and early warning capability for U.S. forces and our partners against enemy RAM and UAS threats. We truly could not achieve this downrange without all the support from our greater Fort Sill community and agencies here at home. Notably, the Fort Sill LRC, who right now is currently conducting joint inventories of our equipment with our U.S. Rear Detachment in preparation for next week's equipment push. As you've already heard, Charlie 5.5, our one pure Avenger battery in the battalion and the entire brigade, is a hot commodity with a fire-driven effect desired by every combatant commander. Often, very little notice should rapidly project and deploy combat power. Deliberately selected to serve as the remaining Avenger battery during the battalion's reorganization back in 2013, throughout the years, cold steel remains not only relevant in the shoreline fight, but very lethal. The first Avenger Sleeper battery to engage a UAS in CENTCOM in support of OIR back in 2020. That operationalized a requirement that has stood to this day in support of Operation Inherent Resolve. The moment an air defender steps off the plane in CENTCOM and where our equipment is downloaded into a battle position, we must be ready to engage and intercept threats day one in theater. There is little to no time for jet lag for these soldiers. Due to these unique and critical missions, Charlie is often operating autonomously, away from the Fire Headquarters Air Defense Command Post, exercising mission command to a T standard, receiving commander's intent, issuing mission orders, exercising discipline initiative, and accepting prudent risk upon analysis. All while keeping the aging fleet of its 12 Avenger weapon systems chugging along through a meticulous maintenance program and downright patience with multiple combat power platforms taking up the space on the ESR. Awaiting parts that are not on hand, but rather need to be fabricated at the depot level for this weapon system. For this reason, Charlie 55 has some of the most trusted and proven leaders in the battalion. Before you, all 3 platoon sergeants in Charlie are Avenger Master Gunner qualified, one of the toughest courses in the Air Defense curriculum. Staff Sergeant Duffy, Staff Sergeant Hana, and Staff Sergeant Hallhill will serve as the tactical experts and enlisted advisors at their remote locations, teamed up with a passionate group of young platoon leaders, Lieutenants Major, Martinez, and Coleman. Will be serving as the senior air defenders at their sites, advising a maneuver task force commander in just a matter of days. Through their aggressive, deliberate, and thorough training plans, augmenting the traditional gunnery program to defeat the evolving threat of enemy TTPs, these platoons have produced combat-ready Avenger and Sentinel crews and motivated soldiers, such as Sergeant Vaughn, a 14-volt Sentinel FAT operator, already a combat veteran, who's dedicated numerous hours conducting study sessions for the battery based off the evolving threat. Special Mikowski and Sergeant Bodega, both 14 Lapas, once boasted as the most experienced and top Avenger crew. They had the humility upon receiving this mission to separate and augment new crews to create a more balanced and equal fleet for the battery role. And finally, we cannot forget our enablers that make this mission run. And Captain Point as a secret weapon and Sergeant George for 92 Yankee, one of the top supply sergeants in the battalion, conducting back-to-back change command inventories with no quibbles and receiving commendable on all CSD inspections from the battalion to the division level. It takes a special command team to lead such a talented battery, one who is committed to hard and challenging training, one who is tactically preparing soldiers for combat with every operation, who deliberately plans and commands the same comparison as they will in a deployed environment. A command who values soldier cares, balancing the needs for soldiers to receive the highest quality of training, while time with families, standing up the Soldier Family Readiness Group to build trust and cohesiveness home front. We are truly blessed to have Captain Annalise Moy and First Sergeant Dustin Lee as our Fort Sill 6 and 7. Command Major Harris and I have the utmost trust and confidence in your abilities, sound judgment, and dedication to accomplish the mission to lead these soldiers in combat. Behind every strong soldier is an even stronger family, whether local here at Fort Sill or already moved back home. To the Fort Sill families, thank you for giving the Army your sons, daughters, wives, husbands, brothers, and sisters. Your love and support truly is our inspiration to serve. Fort Sill, it's an honor to serve alongside you. Over the past few months, you have so much to be proud of. Continue to fight as you've trained. Join your Alpha and Bravo brothers and sisters already fighting forward. Move out, execute the mission, be true to the Army values in all you do, and take care of one another. Fire strong, ready and vigilant, to the last round.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join us in the playing of the Air Defense Artillery March and the Army Song. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Good luck and Godspeed to the soldiers of Charlie Battery 5-5, the data points in support of our nation and our allies. Please join us across the street in Winter Chapel for the first Centenary Reception.